Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Chet, just what's going through you as you walk off the floor after your first playoff game and first playoff victory?
Obviously feeling like I could, be better in different situations out there on both ends of the floor. But it's always great to start off with a win. If I'm starting out at 15, 11, 5 blocks, and I can only go up from there. I feel like we're in a good spot. Getting some rhythm and everything back from being off for a week, and kind of just finding that as a team. I think it's only up from here.
You mentioned the blocks. You had the one late that you really met it at the apex. How exhilarating is that moment for you in clutch time of a playoff game?
At the time, it was just going through my mind, was trying to make a play. And I guess that's what happened, and we were able to capitalize on that other end because of it.
Chet, that final trip to the free throw line, it seemed like the building went completely silent. Just how quiet was it to you in that moment?
Very quiet compared to like the rest of the game. And I was going, like you could hear a needle drop for sure.
What's going through your mind then?
Make the free throws.
I don't think that's the same.
Yeah.
I think it's a pin drop.
Same shit.
Just the moment when you and Jonas are kind of like wrestling for that whole board, he lets out a scream, you start barking at the crowd. Like, what's going through your head in that moment, and just describe that intensity to maybe summarize the game?
He yelled in my face, and he picked me up off the floor. So I just barked. I don't know. It was good energy the whole time. I thought that was pretty cool. I got to bark with the fans. They barked back. Just competitive juices going. Both fighting for the ball. It's kind of playoff basketball. It wasn't like anything like mean. It was just more like both going at it. But like I said, it's kind of hard to recover. Like I said, he picked me up off my feet, so I didn't really have like a great response other than to bark.
Jalen, I wanted to ask you about the crowd specifically, and basically after anything that you did, you could hear the crowd barking. Like, what's that like?
Crazy. I didn't expect that at all, but like I said, it ended up making me bark. So we have great fans. Best in the NBA. So that was fun. Yeah, that was a wild environment.
It was wild.
And I don't have anything to gauge it off of. I went to Santa Clara, so there's a lot of empty games. So yeah,
it's up there with the kennel for sure. Yeah, it got wild.
Yeah, Jalen. When you get switched on BI or CJ, it didn't seem like you guys switched off or any of you guys fought through screens. Just being out there, how tough is it, especially in a physical game, to fight over those screens and try and not let them get to their spots?
It's hard because Valanciunas is setting them. It's a really big dude, but those guys are extremely talented and some of the best scorers in the NBA, so you just got to make it hard. B.I. hit some tough ones. C.J. McCollum hit some tough ones. And that's why they're on that team. Especially like playoffs, you got to have guys that hit tough shots, and that's what they do. You just got to make it tough and kind of live with the result after that. I think the biggest thing is just for every team is just not give main engines open ones and kind of just live with it. But it's tough. It's the job that we also get paid to do, so I kind of do it and just have fun with it.
Jalen, we saw visible signs of frustration out of Shea a little bit in the fourth quarter, which is so rare for him. What did you guys sense from him? And then you were obviously out on the perimeter when he switched off to CJ for that in the last minute there for the go-ahead basket. Just what did you see on that play as well?
To answer your first question, I think whatever frustration you're probably seeing probably doesn't have anything to do with the team. I think when you just hold yourself to that high of a standard, and you make a play that you didn't like, I feel like that's just a normal response. But he does a good job of not really letting anybody show it, or it doesn't really come out in his play. We looked at him with kind of the confidence that radiates off of him, and then just play off that. So it's something we don't really notice. We try and pick him up, but it's really not like he's down to even have to pick him up. So. And then he's willing to do whatever it takes. Everybody out there is ready to play defense on whoever's out there, and he's just one microcosm of it.
What about the the and one he got. He switches with you and CJ's on him. Did you sense in that moment like this is a Shea moment right here?
Yeah, MVP moment for sure.
It's a grinder.
That was tough,
man.
That's a
Neither
bar.
team
Yeah.
shot it well. A lot of points, but you won the game. What can this do for you? This kind of game where it wasn't your typical up and down, a lot of points, easy buckets. What can this win do for you?
You want it? Or?
I'm gonna just my answer's gonna be quick.
No, I'm just saying it was a grinder game. It was not your normal.
Oh
game.
yeah, that's playoff basketball. You got to get it out the mud. Again, credit to them. You know, they played an extremely good game too, coming in here in that environment and kind of taking us down to the last shot. But I think both teams feel like we can do a lot of things better and kind of improve off that. But not every game's gonna be pretty. That's just the playoffs. You kind of look at a lot of these games going on right now. There's a lot of ugly possessions and a lot of just gritty, grinded out games, and that's kind of what it's gonna be.
We've talked a lot about your guys' youth and playoff inexperience. In what ways did that maybe show or not show tonight?
I mean, no game's going to be perfect, whether you've played 100 playoff games or no playoff games. No matter what, there's going to be mistakes out there. There's going to be things that we can clean up going into the next game, and that's the mindset we're trying to have. We're not trying to think about inexperience this or anything outside of what we have to do to improve, get better, and try to win basketball games.
And then, Jalen, when you see just the intensity in which Lou defends with, especially the job he did on Ingram, what's that kind of do for the group to try to maybe match that physicality?
First team.
Yeah, he's a first team defender, man. I think anytime you see somebody playing that hard, it makes you play just as hard and try and match that. You don't want to go out there and he's playing so hard, and then you give your guy an easy one. So I think it's just level of pride that he plays with on the defensive end, and I think it just kind of gives us all that jolt to want to play harder and cover up for him when he does get beat or makes a mistake. So which is a rare thing. So anytime we can kind of have his back there, that's something that we want to do.
Yeah, Chet, in the locker room, you were fired up about Kaysen, fellow rookie. What have you seen of him, and especially those last 14 seconds, the way he defended McCollum? What'd you see?
I mean, he's not a rookie anymore either. He's played 82, but that's what he's done all year long. That's what he's showed us all year long. He's a high-level defender, and tonight he showed that again in the biggest moment of the game. And taking away the look that they were trying to get, and making it tough on McCollum. So shout out to him. The questions we'd be getting tonight would be a lot different if he didn't get that stop.
Let's talk Thunder. This is a question for either of you guys. Pretty late in the game, I think it was the last possession, you guys sort of had a huddle right before the ball was thrown in. Who initiated that, and what was sort of said between you guys?
Mark probably initiated that in a film session a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was the last one in, so I don't know. Ask me. I don't know.
I think Shea kind of pulled us all together.
Yeah.
Mark had shown clips about that, just like being a tight huddle team. Just kind of shows our connectedness. We really try and listen to what he's saying, and I think when we can take in what he's actually talking about, we end up doing stuff like that out of random. So it just brings us close together as a team and talk about coverages and stuff like that.
I don't know what we were talking about, but I think it was like some execution stuff.
Yeah. I don't remember. I just remember it was a huddle.
Chet, what did you think about the block that you had at the end of the game? And Dub, what was your reaction on that?
I was just trying to make a play. Didn't want to leave things into the hands of the other team, I guess. So I was trying to go up and make a play, whether I was going to end up being late and have it be a goaltender or not. I tried to go make a play, and I think it was clean, but again, I'm not sure, and it's only a goaltender if they call it. So go make a play and live with the results.
Yeah, I was like on the border of goaltender or not, but I think just in those plays, you just kind of got to just run to the rim. And no, I thought it was clean. Yeah, I thought it was clean too, but you never know. So I thought it was a clean block. I just ran in there. I think I ended up getting the ball. So, but we expect to make plays like that, so it's not like a big shock. But I think it kind of shifted momentum a little bit, and big stop.
Anyone else? Thanks, guys.